Welcome to the Undercover world. Jack, once a regular employee, accidentally became second in command, took out the transport guy, turning him into a ball of meat. With the situation getting intense, he had no time to dawdle, but instead of panicking, he nonchalantly strolled back to the beach base to continue enjoying his beach time. He called Duffy to prep a ride, then peacefully took a nap. When the night was quiet, he had a light bulb moment and sneaked back to the beach. Don't be fooled by his muscles, he's got brains too. To dodge the port patrol, he decided to take the scenic route via the ocean. Duffy, waiting outside, was puzzled, thinking of asking Jack why he needed the car, but then spotted a flowing hair silhouette nearby and felt utterly shocked. No wonder clean clothes were needed. Crossing the sea like this is so cool, and Jack wasn't hesitant, changing right away. With just 2 hours to swim back, it was perfect timing for Duffy to hunt for clues on another undercover, Teresa, so the duo teamed up and headed to the transport company. Duffy pulled out a lock-picking tool with pure seriousness, while Jack wore "What on earth am I doing?" face. Even though it had only been there 2 days, it felt like home. He knew no one would be putting in overtime at the company at night, so left their little problem with ease. While pondering where to bury Angie, Duffy kept busy. He grabbed a notebook and began his expedition, but the warehouse was vast. After wandering, they found nothing as dawn neared. Jack suddenly had a brilliant idea and thought of those nearby shipping containers. They had excellent sealing properties. He didn't forget Ange's sturdy handgun, which might come in handy someday, then carelessly tossed the key. Who would have guessed there'd be a body in those abandoned containers? The two returned to the office. The messiest part was cleaning up the blood. While they were scrubbing the floor, honking from outside revealed Ange's 2 henchmen returning from a delivery. They planned to invite the boss out for a party, and Jack immediately had a lethal itch, not wanting to leave any bullet holes behind that would raise suspicion. What to do? The two had to lay low in the corner to launch a surprise attack, which was no big deal for Jack. He quickly took care of business. Duffy struggled. This was the Special Forces, relying on smarts over brawling. Luckily, Jack was there just in time. With one swift move, he resolved Duffy's dilemma. Sure, they now had 2 more bodies to deal with, but Jack was already scheming away. Hey, if you've got a good dumping method, might as well use it. After cleaning up the blood, the two hurried back to the beach. This time, as Jack stripped down, the atmosphere turned a tad intimate. They locked eyes for what felt like ages until Jack finally broke the silence. Good night. Jack swam back to base under the cover of night and even had time for a little cat nap. When the next workday rolled around, Boss Baker was all set to roll, but couldn't find any trace of Angie. Jack immediately stepped up, offering to fill in. Though not fully trusted by the organization, he accompanied the young heir. Even as a bodyguard, he had perks. Richard trusted him completely. He revealed that his dad was just a puppet, with a big boss named McBeef pulling the strings, while Duke and the big guy Remy were their watchdogs. They were eyeing Baker's transport routes, and instantly Jack had a brilliant idea. While Richard went shopping, he secretly called Duffy. He explained that to help find people, he needed to break into the higher-ups, and the method was simple: take out the top dog. After all, with some positions gone, it'd be an easy ride up. Hua Chong had already tracked down kidnapper's location and an FBI safe house address sent. That night, Jack would shine. But just before the action, Richard got confronted by a few little rascals who even sworn at Jack. Even if they were just kids. Jack didn't go easy. Richard's dad might be a jerk, but he was a decent kid. In the end, Richard treated everyone to some viral ice cream. Too bad Jack wasn't fond of that flavor, but encouraged Richard to truly stand on his own. He could go wherever he wanted, no promises. Once cleaned up, he stuffed some cash into his pocket and left, saying, "This is the life you want, I can help you get there." Richard glanced at the ice cream, realizing he didn't like the flavor either, just had to roll with it. But Jack changed Richard. He wanted to live for himself. Upon returning, Duffy's email began to yield results. Baker began rallying the troops, and of course Jack had to take part. Before heading out, he made an excuse to use the restroom, dashed into the villa and sprinted to the beach, retrieving Ange's gun, knowing it would definitely come in handy once the action started. Jack knew he couldn't spend too long in the restroom, but just as he was hurrying back, he was called out by a cafeteria lady. He thought he'd been outed, only to find out she just wanted him to keep the floor clean. Jack sighed in resignation, in a hurry to go kill someone, but since she was in charge, he had no choice but to comply. Outside the villa, Baker promised Jack an official job with a starting salary of $5,000 upon success. Good performance could hit $10,000, and Jack happily accepted. The trio soon reached Duffy's safe house, Jack feigning eagerness to be hired. Before the main team arrived, Jack charged in. Duke, the second in command, didn't want to be looked down upon, so he begrudgingly followed. But surprise! There was no one inside when they entered, and the biggest danger was actually behind them. Duke finally caught on that had been duped. He thought if he just surrendered, the police would let him off. Little did he know, Jack wasn't about to show mercy. With one gunshot, the plot thickened. Then Jack began his performance, shooting randomly inside to create the illusion of a gunfight. To heighten realism, he shot himself, then covered his tracks by tossing cans in the microwave, setting a timer, and bolting. As long as he wasn't at the scene, everyone would assume it was some bomb blast, and Jack became the lucky survivor. People always trust what they see, and when he whipped out Aang's gun to claim she had betrayed them, he theatrically set the stage for an epic drama, guiding the audience's attention while subtly reminding them not to forget to like and subscribe.